Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Ashley and today I'm going to be giving an update on where we stand on the 50 Shades of Yellow project pan. This is a project that was created by the Pantastic Ladies. They've been through a few other colors prior to this, but this year's main focal color is yellow/gold. I have 50 products that I'm currently working on with a variety of goals ranging from usage goals to completion goals. And I'm really only going to talk about the items that I have progress on. Otherwise, it's just long and boring and nobody has time for that. So let's go ahead and start with the body care because I do have an empty for you. So this is from Way. This was a scalp and body scrub and it is all completely used up. I only used this on my body. I mentioned that when beginning this project that was my goal or my sort of plan, I guess, was to only use it on my body because the actual granules were quite large and I knew that there was no way it would penetrate the amount of hair that I have to actually get down to my scalp. And I'm very glad that that was sort of the idea that I had going into it because the crystals were quite large and a little bit more abrasive than what I typically gravitate towards. So it was very similar in texture to the Tree Hut scrubs. So if you like something that's really gonna get in there, this is a great size for you. But the thing that I really liked about it the most was that it also had a little bit of a mild foaming action. So I felt like it did such a good job and the crystals, the sugar crystals broke down not like immediately, but easily. So even though it was a bit of a more abrasive grit, it wasn't a prolonged abrasion. I don't know if that makes sense. That sounds really aggressive, but I hope you understand what I mean. Like it stuck around long enough to do the job, but it dissolved before you could actually like go in too hard. And I really did enjoy it quite a bit. And it's something that I could be compelled to purchase at a discount because I think the full size of that's like $38 and I don't want to spend that much on a scrub, but I did quite like it. So especially if any additional samples were to come into my life, I would not turn them away. So very happy with that. That's really the only skincare item that I'm going to be talking about. But in hair care, I have another empty also from Way. This was a leave-in conditioner and I did use it up entirely as you can see. I only needed to use it an additional 2 times in order to do that. It was a very thick consistency, which I liked for my hair, but it also was a little bit challenging as the product got lower and lower in the container. It was harder and harder to get it into the sprayer. So was it a nice product? Yes. Is it something that I'm going to purchase a full size of? No, I don't think so. I've got other leave-in conditioners that I like just as much, if not more, that are a little bit more user-friendly. I don't think I mentioned I used this little baby 3 times in order to get it used up. I think that's the only other thing that I'm going to talk about from a hair care perspective. So let's talk about sunscreen because sunscreen? Well, that is one of the things. Let's talk about skincare. Sunscreen is one of those items. So I am working on my Clinique Pep Start sunscreen. So these are where our marks are. This is the one for today. I have used it an additional 18 times since our last update. I would like to get it used off in its entirety. I see no complications there. It's a nice sunscreen and one that is great for this time of year because it is an SPF 50. I do tend to prefer SPFs on the higher range because being as fair as I am, I burn super easily. So I like things in the high numbers. I only used it 18 times because I had some very lazy days last month. So whoops. I also used up my 4th Ray oat skin milk. So that's completely used up. We knew that would happen. It took an additional 5 times. So that is an empty as well. And I'm excited about it. So with that being an empty, I switched in this one from the Sephora range. This one is mushroom face serum. It was entirely full. This is my first mark here. I've used it, how many times? Oh, 15 times. And it's fine. I don't notice it actually doing anything. I don't like the packaging because it squirts out like an absolute cannon. It makes such a mess. So I have taken to kind of opening it up and dumping a little bit in my hand, which, you know, whatever. It was like $5. So not something that I am enjoying using, but something that I can just use up and get it out of my life and out of my way. I did also finish off my IT Cosmetics Confidence in a Cream. Used it up entirely. I liked this one more than I've liked samples in the past. This almost had like a salve kind of quality to it. Like it was real thick, but not in like the really heavy way. Like, I don't know. I have tried samples of this before and have been kind of ambivalent towards it. But this one I liked, so I don't know if that's the true texture of this product or not, but I liked what I used. I did use it 7 times in order to use it up, and I was happy with it. Any other skincare I see in front of me? I think that is all, and the rest is makeup. So let's start with this baby right here. This is the Dr. Jart Beauty Balm. I love this so much. The shade match for me is absolutely flawless. It has an SPF of 40 in it, and I have a goal of using it 50 times. I'm not there yet, but I'm getting closer and closer. I've used it 14 times since our last update for a total of 22, I think. So just about halfway there, but I am very happy to be using it, especially over the summer. It's just gorgeous. I finished off from Charlotte Tilbury. This is the Radiant Concealer. Beautiful Skin Radiant Concealer. I did not enjoy this. This is not radiant. This is dry and crepey, and I'm very, very happy for it to be gone. All empty. I think you can see in there. Yeah, I ended up using this as like a first step. That way I could put my foundation over it to try to give some life back to it. I will not be purchasing this. I was not a fan of it. I did use it 18 times in order to get it finished off. There was a lot more in there than I was expecting, especially once I pulled the stopper. But you know, that always happens. You know, you think you're on the edge, you pull the stopper and you're like, oh, there's so much in here. So happy that that is done with. I am still using Mycosis foundation. I like this. This is in the shade Very Light Cool 120. I think the shade is nice on me. I think that the finish is nice on me. Wow, is it incredibly scented. It smells like roses from a mile away. I don't like the smell, and it doesn't dissipate quickly. But if it didn't have the scent, I would absolutely buy this because it really does look nice. So I think I mentioned I've used it 3 times. It is my goal to use it up. I've used it 8 times in total since bringing it into this project. So it should be fairly easy to get it finished off. I just have a lot of foundations in this project, so I'm trying to give proper rotation. There are 2 other foundations that I'm not talking about this time around. So there's a lot going on in my life, as you know, is usual. I have this eyeliner right here. This is the shade Wildcat from ColourPop. I really like this. I am super bummed though because it broke. Oh, so it's a little bit more challenging to use, but I am always very happy with it once I'm able to get it onto my face. I want to use it 50 times. I have used it 6 additional times since our last update, so we've got a long ways to go there because that's only a total of 8 so far, but I don't see that being a problem. It is one that I'm wearing today with this absolutely gorgeous eye look from the Natasha Denona Yucca palette. So this is my kind of color story, and this is a perfect accompaniment because it's a sort of olivey golden green sort of shade. Real nice. What else? Oh, we have my little Franken Shadow in this little container right here, and I have used it 3 times. We're getting there, friends. We are getting there. I want to get this used up, but We got a little further to go. And then finally, the last thing that we're going to be talking about today is my bronzer. This is my Too Faced bronzer in the shade Milk Chocolate Soleil. This is where we are currently at. I've used it 10 times since our last update, and I'm thinking I'm gonna repress it. I've had this forever. I've had this since, I think, before my son was born. I've had this forever. And it still smells really nice. It still looks really nice. I just feel like it's a little bit difficult to pick up, and I think it's just kind of, you know, dried out a little bit. So I feel like repressing it will kind of help with that. But like I said, it still smells like chocolate cocoa, and it's delicious. I still think it looks really pretty. It's one of the many bronzers that I'm currently wearing because I have just gone complexion crazy. Blushes, bronzer, highlighter, give it all to me, and then I got to figure out how to balance out the rest of my face. So definitely am going to work towards getting that one finished off because, again, it is the oldest bronzer that I have in my collection, and it is wildly old. So that is where we are in this update. It goes until April of 2024, so I have plenty of time to get through the rest of it. And I'm really pushing for this year to be the year that I actually hit all 50 products. We'll see, but I think I'm off to a good start. So definitely make sure to check out the description box below. It has all of the information for this project, and certainly make sure to check out any of the other playlists you see down there if you enjoy panning content, because I have a whole bunch of it. If you've enjoyed this video, I hope that you'll give it a thumbs up, and please consider subscribing before you leave. Thank you so much for spending some time with me today. I hope that you're having an amazing day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.